So here's the $500 beauty. It's a 96 Civic. For upstate New York, for it to have this little rust on it is amazing. I got underneath, you know, it's not bad. I mean, how much can you complain about anything and climb around under a car when you're going to buy a car for $500-600? But it was $600. She took $5, and she was nice enough to let me take the plate home to get it home. It barely made it here though. I mean, that front, it's at least the front wheel bearing, probably more tie rod because the wheel's sitting a little funny. I don't know if you can see it. But my middle son and I wanted a project to work on together, and this is it. We're going to take all the stuff we learned off of YouTube. Thank you to the gentleman from Hack and Pack Shop, Sean, and we're going to try it. I mean, worst case scenario, we're out $500 and some Bondo and paint and wheel bearing and brakes. Believe it or not, the sunroof works. There's no AC. Well, there's AC, but it's not working. And no, it doesn't need a recharge. It's just never going to work. I mean, the car's obviously a nightmare inside. So we're going to be going to the junkyard and trying this stuff out. In honor of my man from Hack and Pack. Some bitch. Some bitch. Oh yeah. If you guys have never seen Hack and Pack's videos, you gotta go. Guy's awesome. Alright, have a great day. That was stupid because I'm gonna keep patching this video together. Yeah, basically every single body panel has something on it. And they painted these things here, which I hate because those should be black. And they're flaking big time. Actually, I don't know if you can see it. They put on some new style headlights. They look alright. Grill and bumpers pushed in, hoods buckled. And by the way, we're going super cheap. We aren't trying to buy new body panels and everything else. The only thing new we're going to put on this thing, since he is my son, we're going to put brakes all around. If it struts all around, if it needs them, we're going to obviously do in the front. We're going to do the bearings, the wheel bearings, both sides, and we'll take a really close look at like the tie rods, ball joints, stuff like that. And if it needs them, we'll do it. I'm not even going to get cheap on the safety stuff. The electrical in here is probably going to be a nightmare. Probably have to ask for help from that. My cousin's real good at that, so I'll be asking him because there's no chance I'm going to be able to figure it out. We'll try. Probably electrocute ourselves or whatever, but we'll see. Alright. Oh, and the thing runs great. Just the noise from the bearing up front is just horrible. And if you look, I don't know if you can see, yeah, that wheel's slanted, the back one's slanted, so I'm guessing I'm going to be doing some suspension work. But whatever, that's easy. And we'll give it a shot. Saturday, September 6th. Had it for a day here. We got it all cleaned up inside. Heading to the junkyard now to try and get us a few parts. Me and my man Christian, the 96 Civic, and this hunk of trunk Jeep that we're driving. This will be next on the list. Well, me and the boy started grinding. Not really going to show any of the videos of that because, like I said, this is the first attempt. Technique is probably horrible, and we just get trolled by all the internet guys. Starting to take the tint off the windows, which was just a horrendous job. It's purple. The boy cleaned up the interior, vacuumed it, although it's just going to get a complete mess again. And we got a lot of work still left to do. Going out, went to the junkyard today. Didn't really have very much. We got a rearview mirror that we needed, a dipstick that we needed, no body parts that we needed. We wanted obviously the front bumper cover, the rear bumper cover, some of the suspension pieces I would want, but my helper, they wouldn't let him in because he didn't have an ID on him, and you have to prove that you're 16 or older. Kind of bullshit, but that's the lawyers. Anyway, still going here at the Hack and Pack Shack, not the Hack and Pack Shop. I'll put this. Instead of buying one for $65 online, we couldn't find one at the junkyard. We just put long strand fiberglass behind those holes and filled it in. And we know that's not the right way to do it. We know that if this were going to be something we wanted to keep, we would probably just spend the $65, but we'd rather do it for $5 in material, and also just to see what we can get away with. We did get the grill at the junkyard, and we got a bunch of other parts, but they just didn't have a bumper cover. Day 2, starting on the body. Later, buddy. Hey, look up. How's it going, Christian? Doing one panel at a time. It's our first car. We'll get there. Doing a skim coat, starting that, and there's just a lot of work. It's all good. It's actually starting to come together. As I say that, and the bumper cover's over here, but I just mean as far as the body itself. $500. It's actually looking pretty good. Well, no, you can't see the motor. $500 is starting to seem like I overpaid. Started priming some of the body just only because it's like gonna rain out, and I don't know, some guys online say it rusts. A long way to go. Every time I think it's done, start sanding again and realize we have to go back and add more filler or whatever. So I have no idea how horrible this is going to come out. I tried to use primer for guide coat here, that's why you see the black there, but it didn't really work. Anyway, getting there. Got some parts in the junkyard, sunroof cover. This thing's getting filthy inside again. Gonna do the back brakes probably. If it rains today and tomorrow, I'll do the back brakes, the front brakes, and the bearings. There's one of my helpers. I didn't buy a hood. It's gonna buy a hood, but it's a $500 car, so that whole corner really didn't exist. If you caught it in the earlier, whatever, we'll see. It'll either look like crap or it'll get by. Anyway, it's the first attempt. We're going to do a nicer car next time. Anyway, thanks. We're almost ready to paint. Just waiting for, really just to get some compressor. My cousin's going to loan me a compressor. It does have an oil leak. And the AC, you'll never see that. The AC compressor just never hooked up. My guess is the belt's off for a reason, so we're not even going to screw with it. Did a ghetto-ass hack and pack job here, but it worked. At the junkyard, this was $125 on eBay for this door panel. This was $8, but it was for a roll-up window. And this one has obviously electric windows, so we just got out the cutter and just cut that thing into place, and we call that good enough. So we're not done with the interior. We'll do that. We took the tin off the windows, which isn't really fun because this back window still got glue on it, but it's see-through, so whatever. We'll get to that. Still sanding, but basically ready for primer so we can block sand it and see where we missed. Getting there. Junior's out today. He'll be back in a little bit. So this is pretty much done. We could have bought a new one. Couldn't find one at the junkyard, so I went online. They're like $65, but we paid $500 for the car, so we're not really looking to spend anything. We're just trying to see what we can get away with. This is our first thing, so we just filled this in. Yeah, I just like that long strand fiberglass just packed in there. We'll see, whatever. I know I'm gonna probably get crucified for doing that, but you know what, save $65. Maybe you got $4 worth of material on there. So, oh well, we're getting close. Okay, so now we're getting ready to paint. We primed everything where there was bodywork, where we went down to bare metal. You can see that we did a lot of back taping and just used part of the primers, PPG primer and PPG paint. The first coat of base went on like glass. It was amazing. I was shocked at how good it looked, as you can see here. And then the second coat was on just as nice. Then we went to clear, and the first coat of clear went like glass, but the temperature was dropping really, really fast. So when I did the last coat, it was about 45 degrees, and it orange peeled really bad.
Really bad peel. It was about 45 degrees last night for the third coat. It dropped fast. It dropped from mid 50s to about 45. So couldn't really do anything, so I'd already had 2 coats on. So if I was going to wait and then do it today, I think I would have had to have sanded anyway.
So while we were working on this, we found a sport track on Craigslist for $2,000. We ended up paying $1,700. Easy to sell up here, 4-wheel drive truck like that in about a week for probably $400 or $4,500.
Best $1,700 ever.
Just cleared it. There's still a ton of orange peel. And actually, because of the last coat, it was a little bit light on hardener, so there's actually a few runs too. Hopefully most of that will sand up.
It's all done. Snow is on the ground now, so yeah, it's been a while. Me and Junior just poking at it though. Paint came out pretty good for our first try. Not the best. I mean, it's not perfect, but this is definitely something you guys can do yourself, because if I can do it, you guys can do it for sure. Fix the wheel bearing, the brakes. All told, I guess there's about $1,100 into it. I'm going to put it up for sale today for $2,000. I'm sure it'll sell in a couple of days, at least up here. Cars just aren't this clean, meaning not that this is a super clean car, but no rust. It's got 185,000 miles, is the only reason why I can't get more. I did do new headlights and taillights. It was $120 that I really didn't want to spend, but it makes the car look much better. The ones that were on there were tinted, and they weren't going to, it couldn't come off. So, and I never took the tint off the back window just because it's a huge pain in the ass, and I didn't want to ruin the rear window defroster. But everything else came from the junkyard. Emblems, parts, everything. The interior pieces that were missing. It's not an exact fit. Obviously, it doesn't fit right because this was for a manual and this one's power. But better than nothing in there. It's like a nightingale in here. It's a little bit cleaner. Whoever buys it can go nuts with it. But yeah, done. And trust me, like I said, if I can do it, you guys can do it. Just give it a try. You ain't gonna lose money, that's for sure.